안녕하세요.
자, 한 분씩 목소리를 좀 들어볼게요. 켈러.
So why don't we hear a few words from each of you? Caleb, why don't you go first?
Thank you guys so much for all the love. It's been a surreal experience. I've been having an amazing time learning about the Korean culture. It's an experience I will never forget.
I just want to say thank you guys so much for being as welcoming as everybody has been. It really is a great experience, and I mean, we travel quite a lot, and there hasn't really been an experience like the one we've had here in Korea. So thank you guys very much for all your hospitality.
빅 페이스.
Big.
그 어저께 오셔서 이미 굉장히 특별한 시간을 한국 팬들이랑 보내셨어요. 레드카펫 어땠는지도 좀 여쭤볼까요?
Oh, that was awesome. It was so great just to meet our Korean fans and that they love us and we're American. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great to see that the show has reached an audience that's so far from the States, it's the other side of the world. It's really great to see that it's become as popular as it has with everybody, and everyone is so enthusiastic about it. Everyone's so happy about it, which is great. I'm so glad to see that people appreciate the work.
두 분 예고편 처음 보셔갖고 아까 앉아서 보시던데 어떠셨나요?
I'm proud of it.
I'm very proud of it. I feel that each trailer for each season gets better and better. It's
good editing team.
I know,
really good
it's
editing
great.
team. They're really good at making sure that they show exactly what the season entails without giving up too much. And I mean, it's really cool watching it from a perspective where you know what happens and you understand exactly what's going on, and the way that it's edited together, you know what's going on. It's so exciting to understand that so many other people have no idea what's going on, and it's great. It's awesome.
진짜 예고편을 보고 나니까 이 기묘한 이야기 3에 대해서 더욱더 궁금해지는데 그럼 좀 여쭤볼게요. 자, 게이튼, 기묘한 이야기 3 간단하게 좀 소개를 해주시죠.
That's all you're getting. No, well, it's what they're calling it, the Summer of Love or something like that.
Summer of Love.
No, that's something.
1985.
Yeah, they say one summer can change everything, and it looks like everything's being changed. So that's cool. It's very exciting. It takes place in the summer, it's pretty obvious. But there's not really much I can say besides what's already been shown to you guys.
It's different from the last two seasons. It intertwines with the last two seasons, but it's a different taste because it's in the summer, and it's like the beginning of the season is very fun, and then it complements the other half of the season where it's like very gory.
Yeah, the way it builds.
Yeah.
그 여름 이야기를 지금 많이 해주셨는데 진짜 궁금한 게 여름이라 가장 달랐던 거 이야기에서.
Yes, it was very hot.
Yeah, it was hot out.
Very draining.
It was when we first started, because we knew we were going to be filming in the summer, and so it was like, yeah, it'll go by super quick because we don't have school, so we can do so much more filming. And then for pretty much all of July, I got to be home. Like I wasn't filming at all in July. Remember that? I just didn't have anything scheduled for like an entire month, so I got to go home during the summer for a month. So that was cool. I got like a break in the middle of filming, which was fun. But
this is definitely very different.
And it was warm. It was very warm. Very hot out.
귀엽던 사총사가 이제 고등학교 입학을 앞두고 있어요. 제가 키운 것도 아닌데 굉장히 뿌듯하고 자랑스럽고 그런데 이렇게 아이들이 커진 만큼 이야기도 분명히 커졌다는 생각이 드는데 이번에 새 친구들도 많이 생긴 것 같거든요. 우리 게이튼한테 좀 물어볼까요? 새 시즌에 새로운 친구들 많이 만나나요?
Actually, there are several new characters that we actually saw in the trailer, which I'm very excited to introduce to the show. Well, one of them was already in the show before as a smaller role, Erica.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But now she's a much larger role and plays a big part in the season and its story arc. And there's Robin, played by Maya Hawke, who's another big part of the show. And it's actually really cool because I got to interact with both of them a lot throughout the season. So I'm very, very excited for people to see how our relationship grows in the show with both of the characters and with Steve. It's really, really cool. It's an interesting story arc, and I'm excited for people to see it.
성장을 해 나가면서 아무래도 또래 친구들이기 때문에 촬영하면서 많이 친해지고 정도 많이 들고 그럴 것 같은데 케일럽한테 물을게요. 촬영하면서 어떠셨는지 많이 친해졌을 것 같은데.
You know, it's great being able to grow up with them on set, and we go through the same things. We're all in the public's eye on the same TV show, and I have friends that can't relate to me as much as the kids on Stranger Things do. So I can go to them with certain things that I can't go to with other friends, and I'm just glad I can get along with them, and I love them. So.
잠깐만요. 이게 무슨 소리죠? 잠깐만요. 뭐죠? 자, 정부에 지금 Will? Will? Are you Will?
Is Noah here?
I think.
Oh.
A-N
I am.
will이 저기 있습니다,
Where are you,
여러분.
dude?
지금
I didn't
이
know
프레스
this happened.
컨퍼런스에 이 반대쪽 세계에서 will이 지금 함께하고 있는
Will's
것
where?
같아요. Yeah, what happening?
Where's
자,
Will?
will 지금 이곳에는 한국의 기자님들이 와 계십니다.
Is
혹시
Noah
기자님들께 하고 싶은
think-
얘기가 있습니까? will?
Will, is there anything you want to say to the Korean
H
media?
I hi.
Hi.
Oh my god. 자, will이 hi라고. 그래서
Oh,
와.
I was expecting Noah to like
Hi
pop
Noah,
out like
wherever you are.
I thought he was gonna like bust through the wall or something like that. I was excited.
이것이야말로 스트레인지 띵이에요. 진짜 기묘한 이야기가 이곳에서 지금 벌어지고 있네요. 저희가 하지만 이 지금 프레스 컨퍼런스의 반대쪽 면에서 함께하고 있다라고 좀 생각을 해주시고
I'd like to think that he's with us still here from the upside down, though.
Yes.
Isn't he back? I thought he was back.
Yeah.
Like for like a good like 2 years. I thought he's been back for a while.
You can do that.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes he just
You know,
goes
sometimes
back
he
if
just
he
goes
wants
back
to.
to chill.
You know, just to chill. He doesn't want to be bothered by anybody.
같이 좀 거기 업사이드다운에서 놀았으면 좋을 것 같은데요.
자, 꼭 다음에는 윌도 함께 만나길 바라면서 우리 윌을 연기한 노아 슈넵이 한국에 오고 싶었던 마음을 이렇게 벽의 전구로 또 표현을 해주셨습니다. 자, 기묘한 이야기에 대해서 오늘 이야기를 나누다 보니까 훨씬 이제 많은 것들을 좀 알게 된 것 같은데요. 이제는 기자님들께 마이크를 좀 넘겨보도록 하겠습니다. 기묘한 이야기 1, 2 정말 많은 사랑을 받았는데요. 이 3에 대해서도 궁금한 점들 많으실 것 같아요. 질문 있으신 기자님들은 손을 들어주시면 저희 스태프께서 빠르게 마이크를 전달하도록 하겠습니다. 계십니까? 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 저 마이데일리 신수원 기자라고 합니다.
네.
두 배우분께 질문 드리겠는데요. 그 기묘한 이야기 시리즈를 하면서 실제로도 좀 많이 성장하고 인기도 많이 생기셨는데 좀 기묘한 이야기는 각 배우들에게 어떤 의미인지 궁금합니다.
I guess for me personally, I guess it's just there's just gonna be this bond with the show forever. I mean, it was like my first big gig that I had for TV or film at all, and it's what's in a way kind of opened up a lot of doors and given me a lot of opportunities to continue my career, and it's amazing, and I'm gonna be forever grateful for the show. So it really is. It's gonna be like after a while, once like the show's finished up, and once we both continue on our careers, it's going to be a part of our roots, and so it's always going to be great to look back upon it and appreciate what we did and how we got where we were.
I've been blessed to have this opportunity to be a part of a show with great people, and like Gaten said, it's opened so many doors for me, and I will never forget that Stranger Things has done that for me, and I will always remember this experience being here in Korea and traveling all around the world. I'm just blessed.
안녕하세요.
네, 헤럴드 안태영 기자라고 합니다.
네.
배우들한테 좀 질문 드리고 싶은데요. 여기 시즌 1 공개 때는 그렇게 큰 관심 못 받다가 이제 시즌 1 중반 때부터 그리고 시즌 2 이제 큰 관심을 받기 시작했는데 특히 시즌 2 같은 경우에는 한국에서 가장 이제 스트리밍이 완화된 오리지널 시리즈이기도 하기 때문에 한국 관객들이 한국 시청자들이 이렇게 뭐 기묘한 이야기에 좀 많은 관심을 받는 거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하고 있는지와 왜 이제 한국 관객들이 기묘한 이야기 이런 관심을 가지게 된 이유가 뭐라고 생각하는지 궁금했습니다.
네.
I feel it's an honor to be the most watched streamed Netflix show in Korea. It's a privilege to have so many people watching the show, and we have that reach from the U.S. and people love us. So yeah.
Yeah, just the fact that we all get to express our art and express ourselves through our art, and the fact that it's appreciated so much all around the world, especially in Korea. It really is an honor. It's a pleasure. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your love so much, and we thank you so much for watching the show. It means so much to us that you would appreciate the work like that. So thank you guys, and we hope you keep watching it and keep enjoying it. We're very proud of the season, and we think that it'll do very well, and we're looking forward to how you guys feel about it.
한국에서 이렇게 많은 사랑을 받은 이유가 뭐라고 생각하시는지 혹시 생각을 해보셨는지 좀 여쭙고 싶어요.
It's hard to say. I mean, that's what's great about the show as a whole, is that people like it for so many different reasons. There's usually something that makes the show stick out, or there's usually something that there's usually a main reason why audiences seem to be drawn to a form of entertainment. And it's hard to tell with Stranger Things, because I hear with every person it's always different with why they like the show, and that's what's really interesting about it. I mean, usually those who grew up in the 80s, like pretty much every fan we meet that grew up in the 80s mentions how much they like that it's from the 80s and how accurately it was represented, which is great. So there's that aspect of it, and I don't know. I think that's all on the directors. That's all on the creators and the writers and the story they've created. I mean, our job is simply just to be their outlet and express what they've created, and that we love doing that so much. And so, I mean, I think that what the creators have created is just resonated with so many people for so many different reasons, and it's amazing. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it is.
네, 왼쪽으로 가보겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. TV 데일리 김민주 기자입니다.
네.
네, 저는 감독님께서 캘럼 맥러플린 배우님과 게이트 마타라조 배우님께 루카스 역과 더스틴 역을 연기하실 때 포인트를 뒀던 그 중점이 궁금합니다.
어떤 중점을 얘기를 들었는지. 예. 더스틴?
That's what's really interesting about being in the show, is that there really isn't any specific direction when it comes to creating the character. I think they have this basic guidelines for what they expect from the character and what their vision is, and they leave it up to us to try and establish that character. And that's what's really great, and that's why I love filming the show so much, because there's always this sense of freedom on the set. There's always a sense of creativity and independence in creating your own character and performing how you want to perform. And their idea of it is basically it'll blossom the way it needs to, based on each person playing their own respective characters. And that's what's great about the third season, because while the characters are changing, so are we. We are too. And so as we change, the characters change, and they let that happen. And it gives a sense of authenticity, and it brings a sense of realism to each character. And that's what's great, is that there really isn't any strict guidelines. Of course, they expect something of you, and that's always can be a little stressful as an actor. I mean, the thing, as an actor, everybody on set expects something like you to bring justice to that character, and so it's great that they have such a laid-back attitude towards it. It's really great.
Coming onto the show, our characters weren't developed just yet. We spoke with the Duffers, and they kind of wrote the characters around our personalities and our chemistry with each other. So, like Gain said,
of course they had guidelines and they had basic character traits, and they knew where the story was going.
Yeah.
But they let us develop them.
Yeah, they let us develop. Yeah, and it was a privilege to have that freedom to create our own characters in a way.
그야말로 더퍼 형제와 우리 배우분들이 함께 만들어 나간 작품과 캐릭터가 아닌가 싶습니다. 또 질문 있으신 기자님, 아까 전에 마이크 전달해 드릴게요. 안녕하세요, 기자님. 오른쪽입니다.
네. 안녕하세요. 스포티비 뉴스 김현록 기자인데요. 두 분 배우들한테 여쭤보고 싶은데, 이 시리즈의 그 매력 중에 하나가 1980년대 이야기가 되게 현실적으로 그려진다는 건데, 사실 두 분에게는 삶에서는 생소한 시대잖아요. 80년대라서 연기하면서 재밌었던 점, 또 특이했던 점 있었는지 궁금하고요. 시즌 3개를 거듭하면서 본인들이 가장 달라진 점, 성장한 점이 있다면 어떤 건지도 같이 말씀해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 감사합니다. 갤럽. 자, 서로 먼저 얘기하라고. 갤럽, 게이튼, who first?
Anyone would like to go?
락 시저 오케이.
You guys want to do? Okay.
발. 자, 알겠습니다. 자,
Everybody
그러면
rock, buddy.
갤럽이 먼저. You
What's
first.
the question?
Caleb, that goes for you.
Dude, what was
some of
weird
the
about
most
being in the
unique
80s?
or fun things about you having to play a character that lived in the 80s when you weren't?
The weird and
born
fun things. The weird things about.
It's
I would
80s.
say probably the imagination of a lot of kids in the 80s. You know, when the movies came out, there was E.T. and Goonies, and how every kid probably, when those movies came out, probably thought those things existed, and how Stranger Things kind of portrayed those imaginations. It's pretty weird, you know, the upside down and Demogorgon coming out of the wall. It's pretty strange. What was the next question?
달라진 점.
And then-
The next question was, what changed the most for you throughout all of the 3 seasons?
The change, wow. It's, yeah, I haven't changed at all. I would definitely say that I haven't changed at all. Just the people around me, Stranger Things, each season, the popularity levels just goes up. Man, it's been surreal.
It's easier to say what hasn't changed.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to say what hasn't changed. I haven't changed that much, but just like the things around me, man,
That's rough.
it is rough.
But when it comes to filming in that type of era, it's really interesting because I guess there was just such a flow of creativity and pop culture throughout that decade, and I think that's why people always look back to that specifically. I mean, everybody, like, there's always a generation that looks back upon the decade that they grew up in, and like there's the 90s kids, 80s kids, 70s, 60s, and it just keeps going back, and like there's so many, like each one, it's really strange, like when you think about it, each decade has its own like distinct style. It's like you can tell what, like, how each decade has changed, and with the 80s, like, that's when that's when cinema was changing, it's when music was changing, style was changing, and the youth were, I think youth culture was changing a lot in the 80s as well. I think that was kind of a turning point, and I think that's what's really cool, especially playing kids in the 80s. I think it's the freedom of all the kids from back and in 50s and 60s, they all were very independent, went off on their own all the time, but then it was kind of that turn of the century where it's kind of getting into the modern era. So it's kind of like that in-between phase that everybody likes to go back to. It's really interesting. So it's really cool seeing how many people on set who are from the 80s, and how they interpret everything and how they remember everything. And that's why it's so accurately depicted. It's because the people who are making the show are from the era, and they know exactly what it's like. And that's what's so cool, is seeing everything be created in front of you, and being like completely enveloped into a world that you never lived in. And it's cool because you hear about it all the time. Your parents talk about it, you see the movies, you listen to the music, but seeing everything and wearing the clothes and just becoming somebody from that era, it really is quite interesting, and it feels different, honestly, than modern times. It really does, and like I feel like people don't really understand that, like, when that when means a lot. It's not just where you are; it can also be when you are. That's what's really interesting. But yeah. It's hard to talk about. I mean, it is hard because we didn't grow up then, so it's always hard to talk about the 80s when there's not really much that we do know about it besides the pop culture
And what we learned from
and what we learned from set.
네. 네. 통역에 굉장히 놀라고 있는 더스틴. 진짜 이 기묘한 이야기를 하면서 그 시대에 대해서도 이분들이 얼마나 많은 생각을 하고 고민을 했는지가 느껴지는 대답이었습니다. 감사합니다. 혹시 또 질문 있는 기자님 계신가요? 네. 이번엔 왼쪽으로 가보겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
네.
연합뉴스 송은경이라고 합니다.
네.
저 게이튼 마타라조 씨에게 질문 드리고 싶은데 그 시즌 2에서 더스틴이 괴물을 되게 굉장히 귀여워하면서 키우는 모습이 약간 이해가 되지 않는다라는 반응이 있었거든요. 좀 거기에 대해 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금하고 또 두 분께 공통 질문으로 시즌 3에서 각각 어떤 활약을 하시게 되는지 궁금합니다.
When it comes to Dart, I think Dustin's always been a science kid. I think Dustin's always been a guy of science, and to see something that is seemingly undiscovered, and to see something that is completely alien to him, and I think that it was less, at first, I think it was less about an effect, like some sort of affection towards the creature, and I think it was more of a fascination, and he saw it as like a scientific opportunity. He could go down in history right now as the guy who discovered this species of whatever it was. And as it grew, he really, I think at first saw it more as a science experiment, and then as he started feeding it and as he realized that it wasn't going to harm him personally in any way, he sort of grew this bond with it, and he sort of saw it as a pet. I mean, why do we have pets to begin with at all? Like it's like, I mean, now usually people don't have like interdimensional slugs as pets, but but I mean, it's like to him it was the same thing as having like a dog or a cat or a lizard or something, and so it wasn't really weird to him at all. I mean, he's never really been freaked out by bugs or anything that grows like that. He's always been fascinated. He's odd like that, but I think it started off. Its roots was more of a fascination in the science behind it, and then grew into a bond, just because of the time he spent with him.
자, 그럼 케일럽에게 시즌 3에서의 두 분의 활약에 대해서 좀 여쭤볼까요?
Well, in the beginning of the season, Lucas is kind of going through this bromance with Mike. They're going through. They have this like bromance with Mike. They have. I know, but it's on a different level.
Is it?
You know, yeah. It's on a
I
different level.
forget, dude. I forget all this stuff.
I'm
excited.
sorry.
No, it's good.
No,
I'm
yeah.
so excited to see it now.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But basically, as I was saying, they're going through a little bit of girl issues. I feel that Lucas thinks that he knows everything about dating when he really doesn't. He's kind of trying to teach Mike, and he's acting like he's the sensei and Mike's the grasshopper, and he's trying to help him along the way of the season. It's pretty funny. I'm excited for you guys to see how that goes.
안녕하세요. 저 맥스우리 유현지 기자라고 합니다.
네.
이번 시즌에 대해서 관계가 많이 변할 거라고도 하셨고 서머 오브 러브라고도 표현을 하셨는데 이제 케일럽 배우에게는 맥스 캐릭터와의 로맨스에 대해서 또 게이튼 배우에게는 스티브와의 우정 관계가 어떻게 변할지에 대해서 시즌 3에 대해 힌트를 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Let's just say that Lucas thinks he's suave. And not Mike, oh Lord. Max, she doesn't and she does. So it's, yeah. She doesn't and she's not really happy with him and she is. It's interesting.
It's a high school relationship.
Yeah, it's a high school relationship.
It's normal.
It's normal.
네. 스티브.
Want me to go, or you want to go? Want me to go? I can go. Okay. Dustin and Steve's relationship does continue to grow. They continue to remain close friends. And in the third season, you actually see them. You realize that they've remained close throughout the break that we've had in between seasons. So throughout that time, they remain close, and they're still really good friends. I mean, what's interesting is that in season 3, a lot of the kids are changing, and some kids are hanging out with other people, and some people are moving on, or just going with different speeds in life, and Mike is obviously trying to grow up really fast, and other characters really are not, and Dustin, I feel like, finds himself kind of in between. Doesn't really care about either staying in the past or going into the future fast. I think he just wants to enjoy the time with his friends, but a lot of time he feels like a little bit isolated from them. So I think having Steve is really good for him, and I think it's a cool relationship because they both remain super close.
각 캐릭터마다의 관계도 주목해 주시기 바라면서 이제 마지막 질문을 한번 받아볼까요? 네, 오른쪽에 기자님.
Last question.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요. 뉴스에이드 김경주 기자라고 합니다.
네.
어제 그 엑소 분들이랑 광장시장이랑 경복궁이랑 다니면서 한국 문화 체험을 하신 걸로 알고 있는데 그 어떠셨는지 궁금하고 그리고 남은 일정 한국에서의 계획이 있으신지도 궁금합니다.
네.
It was great. They were on a tour with us at the Palace, and we got to learn a few things about the Korean culture.
And the history.
Yeah, and the history. So it was kind of cool to be on those grounds and feel that energy in the palace. And we dressed up in some Korean garments. That was pretty.
Hanbok, that's what they're called?
Huh?
Hanbok?
Yeah, Hanbok, right? Yes, yeah, Hanbok. And later today we're gonna have a K-pop experience.
Yeah, it's called the complete K-pop experience. So that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be pretty.
That doesn't
dope.
happen every day. So
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. We're excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and they're great. Yeah, Suho and Kai are awesome. Really nice guys.
I saw your dance last night.
Oh no! Oh no!
It was awesome. 오른쪽 끝입니다. 안녕하세요.
저는 한결의 남지은 기자인데요.
네, 안녕하세요.
그래서 이게 어린 배우들이 극을 이끌어가는 드라마다 보니까 촬영 환경이 좀 궁금해서 학교에 다니는 배우들도 있었을 텐데 뭐 학업 뭐 학교를 마치고 뭐 촬영을 했던 건지 뭐 그게 좀 많이 궁금해서 네, 시간이 지났는데 손을 들었고요. 그리고 게이튼 같은 경우는 시즌 1에서 앞니가 없는 설정으로 나오는데 그게 이제 원래 그 앞니가 없어서 그걸 담으신 건지 아니면 섭외를 할 때 앞니가 없는 배우들 중에서 섭외를 한 건지 네, 그게 좀 궁금해서요.
What was the environment like?
Usually, when we're in school together, especially on the road, we usually have one teacher, and whatever hotel we're staying in, we have it at like in a room or whatever, and we do schoolwork together.
Yeah, but when filming, we all have our own school curriculums because we're all from different areas, and we all go to different schools. And you're homeschooled, so Caleb's homeschooled. I go to public school. And we actually just finished up. You just graduated.
I just graduated.
He's graduated high school. I'm going into my last year of high school, but all the work that I need is sent to me from my teachers, and we do it during the day when we shoot. So we'll do we'll try and get like half an hour, 45 minutes of school in, and then we'll film some, and then we'll come back, and then when we have our break. So there really isn't a break when we're filming on school days. Like whenever we are not filming, it's not like we can just sit back and be like, we gotta go and we gotta go back to school and then we gotta keep going back and forth. So it's a tiring day. But now that summer started.
Yeah, summer started, so
yeah,
we're on our summer break.
Summer break. It's fun. Yeah. Well, we're busy the whole summer, so.
이제 시간 관계상 여러분 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 다양한 또 성장기에 우리 학생들, 우리 친구들이 나오는 기묘한 이야기 3도 기대를 해주시기 바라면서 벌써 이제 마지막 인사를 해야 될 시간입니다. 끝 인사를 좀 들어봐야 되겠네요.
감사합니다.
준비해왔던 그 말을 드디어
I had a great time. I'm glad you guys were able to come and listen to us and our interviews. Not many people do that for us, so it's pretty great.
We hope you enjoyed the trailer.
Yes.
We're really excited about it, and it's really
Excited
cool.
for you guys to see season 3.
Yeah, I know it's really cool. This is the first time it's being shown publicly. It's really cool that we get to be here with you guys, and we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for coming and listening and talking with us. We really appreciate it, and thank you to everybody for your amazing hospitality. We've had a great time here.